What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the Big Cat Chat podcast. And this time, instead of it just Sean and I starting, we're doing the whole episode with our guest because it's not as long as an episode. We're not making up for a week. We're here with Eric Dunn. How you doing, Eric?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. A little sad after that L, but, week 2 is right around the corner.
It's a good week, too, because we play somebody at home.
Yeah, we know how this team plays when they come to Duval, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we're happy to have you on the podcast. Thank you for coming on, but we're going to go ahead and start, not with the NFL, but we're going to start with college football. So you're a Penn State fan, correct?
That's true.
How's it been so far for you this season?
The first game was a little rough. I don't know if you saw the Penn State-Purdue game.
I did. I thought Purdue was going to win.
Yeah, so did I. It was on Thursday night, which is weird. College football usually not that early. So I was happy that my team actually got to play a little earlier. So I was nervous come the fourth quarter because our quarterback, Sean Clifford, wasn't playing great all second half. And then all of a sudden, when we need a game-winning drive, he comes out and plays like Aaron Rodgers in crunch time. So that frustrated me. But overall, I was happy with the results, obviously. And then this past weekend, we played Ohio University. We whooped on them. And now we got Auburn coming up. Those 2 wins jumped us into the top 25. So we're 22 right now. But we got a home away series with Auburn. So I think this is the second year of that. So we got Auburn in Auburn on Saturday on 3:30 Eastern. So that'll be a great win on our resume. I think Auburn's 2-0. So we'll see what happens there. I'm nervous though.
Hope you guys lose.
That's the first ever Big Ten opponent to play in Auburn Stadium.
Is it really?
Yep, no Big Ten team. Not Michigan, Sean. Not Penn State until this week. So I saw that yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually surprising." But I don't know if I will do what.
Sean's a Michigan fan.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JJ
And,
McCarthy. JJ McCarthy's the future.
I don't know if I want to talk about last week for my team.
Why not? Because what happened?
Let me guess. Gators.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk about that.
Did Will Levis clap those cheeks?
I mean, Will Levis was a part of it, but I think Anthony Richardson couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
He sold the bag.
Him and Billy Napier, but hey, we're still in the top 25. We're still higher than Penn State.
For now, you're in the SEC, so the losses are inevitable.
That's true.
We do play Tennessee. We play Tennessee not this week, next week. We play South Florida this week. So
Michigan plays UConn, so we're a 47.5-point favorite.
Hey, don't sleep though, because Texas A&M lost to App State and Notre Dame lost to.
I don't want to hear about App State. We're not going there.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Hey,
oh yeah.
You're not
Michigan in 07.
07.
You're not alone now.
Chad Henne, Jaguars legend.
Yes, sir. Also a Chiefs legend.
Yeah, that's true. True.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one who, he played in like the second half versus the Browns, ended their hopes and dreams.
In the playoffs, yeah. He was playing decent. As decent as a Chad Henne can play.
Exactly.
Yeah, college was rough for me this week. Good for y'all the past week. But, we got South Florida. We're going to drop 70 on their head, so we're all good. Maybe. I mean, Emory Jones almost threw an interception against them last year. That was actually embarrassing. But actually, he did throw one. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about week 1 of the NFL now. Before we talk about the Jaguars, let's just talk about anything else. What surprised you guys most week 1?
The Steelers. Their defense. I mean, I knew their defense was good, but I didn't know it was that good. I think they had like 7 sacks in that game. It's pretty crazy.
They had like 4 picks too.
Yeah, they played out of their minds. I did not think they were going to win that game.
I think all the upsets is what surprised me the most because all the time people are like, it's the NFL, anything can happen. And I never believe it because I'm like, okay, NFL is predictable. This team's going to beat this team. This team's going to beat this team. And I was checking the scores on my phone when I was at the Commanders game. I was like, 49ers losing to the Bears, Giants losing to the Titans. What's going on week 1? So I think
You mean Titans losing to the Giants?
Yeah, Titans losing to the Giants. So I was like, what's with all these upsets week 1? I mean, it made for I was happy about it because just like week 1 in college football, which was very chaotic, and this past weekend was chaotic with all the top 25 losses, all these upsets in the tie week 1, that's a great way to start off the NFL season for any regular fan. Because for us Jags fans, hey, nobody has a win in the division yet. So
nope.
It's a terrible division to start off. And the Seahawks lead the NFC West. So I love it. I'm all for chaos.
Yeah, I mean, they're not using my Gators. Houston has Damian Pierce, and they gave Rex Burkhead 12 carries. Like, come on. Then the Giants, they won, but they used Kadarius Toney like twice, which I don't understand that because every time they gave him the ball, he was playing very well. They just refused to give him the ball for some odd reason.
Yeah.
But hey, the Giants won, so Titans.
Been like that for the last couple of seasons, right? They're not using Toney. Did they not know how to use him?
Well, he was kind of hurt. He was hurt last year a little bit.
He was hurt a lot last year, but even at the beginning of the year, when he wasn't hurt, they weren't using him. And then as soon as they did against the Cowboys, I think it was was it the Cowboys where he had like almost 200 yards? I think it was.
I couldn't tell you.
Trayvon Diggs, but
I'm sure.
I don't know why they refuse to use Toney. Just send him to somebody who will use him. That's all I ask.
Well, I'll tell you another thing that shocked me was the Cowboys' performance.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was hyping up the Bucks-Cowboys game, and that ended up being like a snoozer for.
Yeah. Dak Prescott has he has no weapons right now. I mean, he has CD and nobody else. Everybody else is like either hurt or trash.
Yeah, I mean,
Ezekiel Elliott isn't what he used to be anymore, and I just don't know. I think Cowboys. I said on our show, I was like, I think Cowboys might have a top 10 pick this upcoming draft.
Whew.
Especially with the Dak Prescott injury now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they drafted Jalen Tolbert, who was a guy that many people screamed at the Jags for not taking. I thought he was going to be good, but then as training camp proceeded, he wasn't even active. He was a healthy scratch. So
yeah, that's crazy.
They really have nobody, and obviously Dak is hurt now. I mean, them not having anybody did win me a little bit of money because I bet the under on Dak Prescott's passing yards. But
how about all these failed revenge games? Baker Mayfield with the Browns and Russell Wilson with the Seahawks. What happened week 1? What is this?
Carson Wentz with the Commander? Oh wait, never mind.
Oh crap!
Carson Wentz got his. I thought Baker Mayfield and the Panthers were gonna beat the Browns, and they probably should have.
They got screwed.
They got screwed.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I guess that's a good way to talk about the Jaguars. Almost everybody was predicting them to win, and just like last year, they didn't.
They should have won. Let's just be real.
Eric, you were at the game, right?
Yeah, I was at the game.
All unfortunately, right, you take it away. What it was like at the game.
So FedEx Field, not a terrible stadium. Like I've been to a lot of stadiums, and that one's not that bad. I mean, it has a bad rap for all the sewage and the rail falling and all that. Visually, like walking through the concourse, it's not horrible, but the seats are kind of close together. So like if it's packed and you're sitting next to people, I'm a big guy, so it's like sitting on an airplane. Kind of like the Jag Stadium. If you're sitting in a row with a bunch of people and there's no seats in between you, your knees are going to be touching. That's what I don't like about most stadiums. They need like more space. But normally I'm standing during the game, and a lot of Commanders fans stood during the entirety of the game, which I love. I love when a fan base does that. I hate when I go to a stadium and I'm standing and I get told to sit down. Like,
right.
Why do I want to sit down? This is NFL football. You're supposed to stand. The only time you're supposed to sit is like during commercial breaks when your legs are tired. But excuse me. The energy in the stadium was it was great. It was like a week 1. It was like any week 1 team. You could tell they had a loyal fan base there. It's pretty packed. A lot of Jags fans as well. They traveled well. I think there's a Jags fan group that lives in Virginia, and they hosted a tailgate, so a lot of them were there as well. So when the Jags ended up making plays in the second half, the chants, you could hear them. You could hear the Jags fans in the building. But it was an electric atmosphere. You wouldn't have thought that probably preseason Jags Commanders, but it was a great spot to be in. But it would have been better had we pulled out the win. But it is what it is. But there's a lot of great things you could take away from the team that we saw on Sunday, because the team that we saw on Sunday is not like any team we've seen in the past few years with the Jags. Like, if you see us go down 14-3 in the first half, you're usually like, we're not a second half team. There's no chance of us coming back. And that's how I felt, because we have that feeling left over from all the past seasons. But the fact that the Jags came back after that pitiful first half performance and they actually took an 8-point lead in the second half gave me hope for, how much they're going to compete during this season. It's a new energy with the Jags. So I was happy about that, but it was so frustrating that we couldn't pull out that win. That secondary just giving up all of those long touchdown plays to Carson Wentz and all three of his receivers eating on us. Jahan Dotson, 2 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin wasn't even a factor, but he had that 1 touchdown catch. It was like his second reception, and it put him way above us and with momentum. So just a lot of things to clean up. We had a ton of penalties that were frustrating. So drops as well. So I think as the season goes on, they look at the tape, they can clean those up, and we'll be competing with all the teams that we have on our schedule.
All right, to touch on a couple points that you had. Yeah, I agree. When we were down 14-3, I was like, oh, here we go. It's going to be a boat race. Because then they got the ball back to the second half. I was like, if they score here, there's no chance. But to see them rally back and come back was a good sign, because it's not something you typically see from the Jaguars in years past. Right. And then in reference to giving up all those long touchdowns, what's especially disheartening about that to me is how much we've invested in the secondary. We paid Shaq Griffin a lot of money. You paid Rayshawn Jenkins a lot of money. You paid Darius Williams a lot of money. You spent decent draft pick on Tyson Campbell, decent draft pick on Andre Cisco. You would expect that unit to perform better than what they showed on Sunday. But Tyson Campbell, I gave him a pass on his just because I feel like he was trying not to get penalized, and he just failed to get his arms in the way. Like, it's almost like he didn't try. But
he pulled off.
But it's almost like they let him score. When I first saw that, I was like, did they just let them score so that we could have enough time to go down ourselves and get our own touchdown and walk out with the win? But the Shaq Griffin one, I've heard multiple takes on that one. I heard that they were probably playing cover 2, and that Cisco didn't get over fast enough. So I don't know whose responsibility that was, but that was just bad for me, just for how much we've invested in the secondary. You'd expect them to perform better than what they did Sunday.
I mean, on the bright side, Trayvon Walker looked like the first overall pick. He had a sack, which was really good bend, because that was one of the things people said about Trayvon, is that he really couldn't bend around the edge, but he bent around the edge there. And then that interception wasn't even a bad throw by Carson Wentz. It was just a long arm, freakish read play. So it was really good to see that out of him.
He was lurking on that play.
Yeah.
Eric, isn't your dad a Commanders fan?
Yes, he is. I gifted him tickets to this game so I gave him a Father's Day gift, which was tickets and a flight to Washington. And then for his birthday, I gave him merch to wear for the game. So his birthday is a month after Father's Day, so it worked out. So He got his W. I'm happy for him, I guess. But yeah, he came with me.
You know about it?
Not really. I don't think so. I think he just enjoyed being, in the stadium with me and seeing. I don't think he's ever been in that stadium, but we had club seats, so he was, talking about the Joe Gibbs club section and how much it was an amazing experience. So he enjoyed himself. So I'm happy I did that for him, but I still gave him shit because I was like, team ain't nothing.
That one came back to bite you.
Yeah, I was gonna go to that game, but I ended up not, because my wife ended up giving birth like a week and a half before the game. So I was like, it's probably not a good idea. I live in appreciate it. I live in Virginia, so it's not that far of a drive for me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, other than the things you guys said, the offensive line was probably the worst thing from that game, because Cam Robinson Jawan Taylor played probably the best on that entire offensive line, and at least in pass protection.
Which is sad.
Cam Robinson did not play up to what he's being paid. He didn't play up to being paid at all, I should say. Fortner got ran over a bunch.
Yeah.
It's a tough task though, man. Like I get that it was really bad and it shouldn't have been that bad, but that D line is serious, and they didn't even have Chase Young. They're still a pretty, I would say, a top 5 defensive line in football easily.
Yeah, I didn't know much about the Commanders roster coming into this game outside of Wentz and the 3 receivers and Gibson. But, as the game was coming up, I learned that they did have a bunch of first-round picks on their D-line. So
I got some dogs.
I can't blame Luke Fortner too much. I expected him to get ran over a bunch this season because he's a rookie. He's not used to what's coming at him this season. But yeah, the offensive line performance was disheartening, to say the least. But at the same time, Trevor, with time, missed some throws.
Yes, I thought the one where he had nobody in his face on the wheel route to ETN that he overshot. I do not know why he decided to place the ball there. It seems like ball placement has been an issue for him dating back to last season, but it's still prevalent in the first game. Like the throw to Kirk, I know was a big completion, but had he led that a little bit more inside, he probably walks into the end zone because there was nobody on that side of the field.
Right.
Ball placement, he needs to work on that. But I still seems like we're one of the rare fans that still believes in Trevor. If you go on Twitter, because Twitter has labeled him a bust already.
I mean,
I'm like,
if people just look around the league, there was you could count on one hand how many quarterbacks actually played good this past week. Because Joe Burrow threw 4 interceptions, had a fumble or 2. Because the only quarterbacks I can think of that actually played well, Josh Allen played really well. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins was solid. Outside of that, who was genuinely good?
I don't think Jalen Hurts was bad.
He wasn't bad, but he also
they put up 38 points, but they did play the Lions.
Their run game was also going crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it seemed like it was down across the league, but I mean,
2 of those quarterbacks you mentioned threw to one guy the whole time too. So
exactly
true.
That's their number 1 receiver getting open and making it easy for him.
Kirk, I will say Kirk did that on Sunday. He was open a lot. It's just that either Trevor just didn't look that way, or he just missed.
Which is frustrating because this is your guy from college. You guys should be on the same page. What happened between Clemson and the NFL where you can't make that throw now? What happened?
The ETN throw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He placed it to the back right end zone. I don't know why, because ETN was not even anywhere close to that when he threw that ball. I know he's fast, but he ain't. It's not like he's Randy Moss speed.
Yeah. I think that's probably half of it. He remembers the speed ETN had, but forgets about the injury, so he probably lost some of it. But he led him way too much. It was
way too far.
Where ETN was tripping over himself trying to get to the ball because it was so far ahead of him.
Yeah.
The passing game between those two was so weird because, like I said, like you guys said, Trevor just missed him on that one. But then when Trevor does hit him on a walk-in touchdown on 4th down, ETN drops it.
Not the easiest catch. Could have been a better throw, but it's still something that a pro player should catch.
Yeah, I mean, it hit him in.
It was really high, but it was a high throw.
Yeah.
It needed to be that high. He could have just put it on him.
But I mean,
like I said, placement is key, and his placement is all over the place. It seems.
I mean, at least the running backs were good because ETN on the ground, I should preface, averaged 11 yards per carry, 11.6. Then James Robinson averaged 6.5. I think we just need to run the ball more.
I hope we feed them this week.
Yeah, the run game was very promising. I think that's my favorite takeaway from this game. Seeing us convert 1st and 2nd downs with the run game, I was like, let's go, baby. But we're still not converting 3rds. But if we can convert 1st and 2nds and forget about 3rd, but it's still
right.
We went 3 for 12 on 3rd down. And that's something that I didn't want to see this year. It's we need 1st down. We need to move the ball. However, because we did have several chunk plays more than we're used to, we were in the red zone a lot. We were in the red zone 5 times, but we couldn't capitalize on any of them. So that's why I'm saying, you watch this game, there's so many positives to take away from us, compared to the team that we watched last year. We just have to fix it up a little bit, and we're going to be winning some games. Definitely more than 3 this year.
Yeah, between the 20s, they seemed unstoppable. It just seemed to when they get to the red zone, it's like they forgot how to play football.
Yeah, they just kept beating themselves.
And then
Was
miss
really the
kicks.
issue.
So, I'm tired of missing kicks.
Oh my, yeah, it was like a 30-something yarder too.
Just pathetic. Like we should have had at least 24 points in the first half.
Yeah, I mean it was I had no energy too because I was trying to watch it, but I'm in Gainesville, so I do have the game locally. But my roommate who has YouTube TV, his YouTube TV is located in Texas, so the game is not local there.
Mm.
So, and I have NFL Ticket, but you can't watch local games on NFL Ticket because they're blacked out.
Right.
You said the game was local to you? You know, if you go on Amazon and get one of them little antenna things you can stick on your wall, you can get local channels.
All right, I might have to do that because I was like struggling to find a stream that could work so I could watch the game and then have Red Zone on at the same time. So then when I was like finally seeing bits and pieces, I was just like, oh my gosh, here we go again. But hey, James Robinson looked like an all-pro coming off the ACL for a little bit there.
Yeah, on that running touchdown, he actually was scooting. He looked like he was actually fast on that play, but that's not his game at all. But like I was like, when he got that touchdown run, I was like, how the hell did he get in the end zone? I thought there was no way.
He always has really good burst.
Yep.
He was like a pinball in that run he had.
Like Maurice Jones-Drew 2.0.
Yeah. I liked how he made that touchdown catch. It was kind of like the same play where ETN had. So I was like, yeah, show the rookie how to catch so he can get some confidence.
I thought ETN was the receiver. I'm glad that plan died because he ain't got the hands for it yet.
All right, so now, do you guys both have any bets this week?
Yeah, I got a few placed. Let's see here.
Because I have some too. So
I got some FanDuel. I'm bidding on I got a weekly special for the Lions Commanders game. I need DeAndre Swift and Antonio Gibson to both have 100+ scrimmage yards. And then I got a 3-leg parlay where I'm just picking winners. I'm picking the Jags this week. Spoiler alert for later on. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns against the Jets, and I'm picking the Saints against the Bucks to win. Also, my little 3-leg parlay I got going.
Yeah,
Saints pretty good against the Bucks, right?
Yeah, every year they beat them.
Every year, and now I bet on it. They're gonna lose.
Facts. I'm using Prize Picks.
Hey.
I have your Dunn and Drew is actually where I heard of Prize Picks from, but yeah, I have two parlays going. I have Austin Eckler, which is tomorrow. Today, as this is getting posted. But I need him to get at least 13 rushing attempts. Christian Kirk over 59.5 receiving yards.
Easy.
And Zay Jones over 47.5.
Easy.
That one will give me $100 payout. Then my other one is a 5-leg parlay. Trevor Lawrence over 239.5. This one's gonna anger Sean. David Montgomery under 50.5. Cooper Kupp over 100.5. Zay Jones, and I did the over on Zay Jones and Christian Kirk in this one as well.
I'm surprised you're taking the over on Trevor. Is it because you think we're going to be down and going to have to throw? Because we're just talking about how to throw the ball.
He did throw for 270 last week.
Yeah, he threw for 275 last week, and I feel like he missed a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did have to because we were down all game.
Well,
fair.
Maybe.
What is it? What did Doug say today? You throw to score points. You run the ball to win.
True. I mean, Doug also said he didn't particularly regret the usage of the running backs. So
yeah.
Well, guess we're throwing all game.
I really don't want to see Trevor throw the ball 40+ times each game. That's not a recipe for success for this team. I don't think.
Don't Joe Flacco him and make him throw 60 times.
I'm saying that's not how this team is built. It seems like the O-line is run blocking very well and pass blocking very bad. So I would pound the rock, but that's just me. What do I know? I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't placed any bets yet, so I'm doing that tomorrow. So I was going to do the Trevor one, but now I'm going to stay away because I don't know what we're going to do in our game plan. But the Eckler one, I do like the Eckler one. 13 rush attempts. I feel like
That's easy.
Yeah, it's weird because I saw, I was like, it's so low. I had to look into it, and he had 14 this past week, and they gave it's because they split the ball. They gave Josh Kelly carries. I think they gave Spiller carries. They gave so many different guys carries. I was like, why don't you just give Eckler the ball? He's, in my opinion, easily your best running back. Like, let me take a look.
I think Prize Picks. Do you think Prize Picks sets their over-unders by last week's performance?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
know. Looking at every time Josiah sends me his Prize Picks, I'm always looking at it like, damn, those seem like really easy. I'm about to start playing those.
Every time I'm like, that looks pretty easy. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It feels so easy.
They'll have like Eckler 0.5 touchdowns. I'm like,
that's a gimme.
Yeah, Eckler last week had 14 rushes for 36 yards, a 2.6 average, while Joshua Kelly had 4 for 21. Sony Michel had 7 for 12. Josh Palmer had 1 carry. Z Horvath, I have no idea who that is, had 1 carry, and Herbert had 4 carries. So 6 different guys carried the ball.
Jesus.
Why are you running Sony Michel?
Why are you running Josh Kelly?
I mean, Josh Kelly might be like a power guy, but
I guess.
But Sony Michel, why are you running him?
Yeah, Sony Michel averaged 1.7 yards per carry.
In all those rushes, and Sony Michel still hit the over. So
right.
Yeah. So I feel like that's free money almost, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at him tomorrow or tonight.
All right, now it is the fun part, predictions. So around, I'll go ahead and update because around here we keep track of both of ours, a race, but we also keep track of our guest predictions. So after last week, when we had, I'm blanking.
Think about it. Who was it? Come on.
I'm blanking.
Come on, man. James Johnson.
James, yes. I knew it started with a J. I was like, I was right there. But we had James Johnson on. He went 8 for 8 on his picks. Sean went 6 for 10, or 6 and 10, not 6 for 10, but 6 and 10. And I went 9 and 7. So I have the early lead. Let's see if Eric can recover this for the guests. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start. Let me go. I have the right up here.
You said what, Eric? I couldn't hear you.
And last week was a tough week though. So
9
and
6. All the upsets got me. That's why I was 6 and 10.
Yeah.
I feel like this week is tough too, though, because I feel like so many games could go either way. But
I gotta remember my bet picks so I can make sure I say the right names.
So we're starting Thursday night football. Los Angeles Chargers at Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs, especially because Keenan Allen isn't going to play.
Yep.
So
yeah, give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs.
I'm taking Chiefs.
All right, clean sweep for Chiefs. Patriots at Steelers. Give me the Steelers.
Steelers
as well.
Even though they don't have TJ Watt, their defense is still crazy good.
I think Matt is hurt as well.
Mac Jones. Oh yeah, he said he had like back spasms.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Steelers D might re-aggravate them.
Perhaps.
True. Panthers at Giants. Give me the Giants.
Give me Carolina.
Giants are favored by 2.
And they're at home.
Yeah, this was
that really means the Panthers are winning by a point.
Do I trust Baker and Christian McCaffrey? I do. Give me the Panthers.
Woo.
All right. So I have the one-off pick there. Jets at Browns. I'm gonna go with the Browns just because the Jets stink. But
I got the Browns.
I'm not picking Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, is Joe Flacco starting, or are they gonna?
I don't think Josh Wilson's. I mean, that's Josh Wilson.
Josh Wilson.
Zach Wilson is ready yet.
No.
Yeah, that's true. We'll skip over Colts, Jags, and talk about that last. Dolphins at Ravens. I'm gonna go Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins just because the Ravens just lost 2 of their starters to injury for the season. They lost their right tackle and a corner.
I'm not going to make any ground if I pick the same teams as y'all. Give me the Ravens.
There you go.
All right, Raven. I mean, that's one of those games that could go either way.
Yep.
All right, I think this one's going to be clean sweep. Bucks, Saints. I'm going Saints. I know Sean's going Saints because he bet that.
Saints.
Bucks are favored here. I don't understand that.
I don't
With
understand
all-
how they're favored after losing like 6 straight.
They're like completely banged up. The Saints, they looked good after they got down by the Falcons last week, but they're a good team. I'm taking Saints.
Michael Thomas is back.
Yes, he is.
Next game, Commanders at Lions. I'll let Sean start with this one.
As much as I want to pick this, it's at Detroit, right?
Yep.
No, give me the Lions, man. That stadium's gonna be loud and packed to the brim, supporting that team. Give me the Lions.
All right, Eric.
Commanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders as well. So I mean, I like Detroit more than last year, but they're
Me
just so
too.
weird.
I just think Commanders have more weapons and a better defense for sure.
I don't know, man. Detroit's offense is like crazy stacked.
I mean,
Besides
The
Jared Goff.
the Lions just feel like they did the same thing last year with Dan Campbell. They get down so bad and then they fight back. They're just too far behind to fully make the comeback. I feel like that's what happens every week for them. So I'm like,
Yeah, but they played Philly, who was a really good team, and only lost by 3 at the end of the day.
That's fair. Seahawks at 49ers. Give me the 49ers.
God. Give me Seattle.
Where is it?
Seahawks at 49ers.
Give me Niners.
Trey Lance is a
Yeah.
bum. Geno Smith is him.
Geno Smith, I feel like Geno always, whenever he plays, he always has at least one good game, which, I mean, obviously, good game, it doesn't mean as good as his game was last night, but
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the whole Monday Night Football thing was because Pete Carroll lit a fire in them. Like, we didn't hear it, but I feel like that's what got them that energy. Because Russ played so bad. That's not what I was expecting.
I know Sean was expecting that because he's not on the Russ train.
It was like us.
Yeah, I hate Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson is a bum. I don't think he's as good as he was when he was good. I don't think he was ever as good as people made him out to be.
Hmm.
I think his defense carried it sort of the running game back in the day.
Fair enough.
But it throws to Tyler
Not-
Lockett. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he was a bum back then. I just don't think he's as good as people claim he is. People think he's really, really good. I think he's just he's like above average.
They're favored. 49ers are favored by like 9.5. It's kind of
9.5.
The Niners are they look like shit against the Bears.
It was a storm.
I don't care about the Storm. It was the Bears.
Fair.
God.
All right. Falcons at Rams. Give me the Rams.
The Rams also look like doo doo.
They played against the Bills, who are my Super Bowl people.
I know. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Rams. I mean, if you lose to the Falcons, then holy crap.
Right. Then you're probably panicking.
All right. Cardinals at Raiders. Give me the Raiders.
Raiders.
Cardinals. Let me look at their game last week real quick. I know they played the Chiefs.
Wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to look at that game.
Let's see.
All their weapons are hurt.
Damn, they don't have their receiving core is kind of like bleak.
Yeah, because Hopkins is hurt. I think Rondale Moore is hurt. They have Hollywood Brown, who's Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, he's touchdown, and so did Zach Ertz.
Yeah, they still have AJ Green.
Yeah, they still have
He's old as hell.
me the Cardinals here
Ooh, he's trying to get those guests back on track.
to upset the Raiders.
All right. The Raiders looking fraudulent to start the season.
They are.
No. Stop it.
All
Texans
Carr
at
has is Adams.
What is- He's got Darren Waller.
Where he at?
He's got Hunter Renfro.
He just got a new contract.
Yeah, he was celebrating.
Let's see on the field on Sunday.
All right. Texans at Broncos. The Texans, I picked the Texans to win last week and they had it and they choked it away to a tie. I was like, no.
Yeah. Give me it's in Denver, right?
Yeah, it's in Denver.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos.
Yeah, me too.
So am I.
Yeah, I mean, I could, because I feel like the Denver beat themselves as well. Like 2 goal line fumbles from both of their running backs. Okay.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Bengals at Cowboys. Oh,
You said Broncos what?
Favored by 10.
Favored by 10.
Sheesh. It's
Bengals
at Mile
at,
High.
yeah. Bengals at Cowboys. Give me the Bengals.
This game has the potential to be a stinker. I would not have thought that going into the season. But give me the Bengals just because I don't think Dak Prescott's playing, right? He's out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, he's out for a couple weeks.
Bengals for sure. That's an easy one. I think that's the lock of the week.
Probably, just
The
because of the
Bengals
Dak situation.
They have such a predictable offense. They refuse to do anything unpredictable.
What, drop back, throw to Justin Jefferson? I mean, Jamar Chase, sorry. I always get the
No,
LSU
what I'm
guys
saying is
confused.
like whenever they're under center, they run it almost every single time. And
Yeah,
when
so do
they're
we.
not,
So do we last week.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like the Steelers realized that and they bullied them for it. But Bears at Packers, I refuse to believe Aaron Rodgers is losing at home to the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going Packers. I think the Bears got lucky last week, though the weather was so crap.
Yeah, I think Packers are going to annihilate the Bears. And Aaron Rodgers, if he has to do it himself, he's going.
Christian Watson looked rough. He had one play where it was going to be a for sure touchdown. It was literally a perfect throw.
I was never on that hype train. You know it.
Right. I remember you were on the Alec Pierce.
Everyone was like, "Oh, he's 6'4", 2 whatever, runs a 4.3. Oh, Jaguars should draft this guy in the first round."
I liked him until I realized
though?
his catch percent.
Can he
His
catch?
drop
Can he
percentage
run
was
routes?
crazy.
No, he can't do either of those two things.
Where do you go to school?
North Dakota State.
Dakota State.
Oh, I never heard of him until the drop.
Yeah, he's a fraud. All right, we got 2 Monday night games this week. I just realized that. First up, Titans at Bills. The Titans actually kind of give the Bills a run for their money frequently, but I'm still going to go with the Bills because they're my Super Bowl team.
Yeah, Bills. Bills are going to go 17-0. Just kidding.
Facts.
They might.
They're my Super Bowl pick, so I'm rooting for it. Get Kyrie Elam that ring.
You made Jalen Ramsey look human and destroyed the Super Bowl champs by 21 points. I don't see the Bills having trouble against anybody.
Nope.
Rams have one of the best defenses in the league, supposedly. So Bills are going to have – this is Bills' year to win it. If they don't win it this year, I don't know when they're going to win it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a stat that Jalen Ramsey in like his past like 3 games has given up like 6 touchdowns. My goodness gracious.
He's cooked.
They're going to have to beat Mahomes because that's probably their biggest hump.
The final game of the week is Vikings at Eagles. This one could go either way, but I'm going to go because when Sean and I last week did our predictions in like 5 minutes, I was picking the Eagles left and right, so I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Vikings.
I have both of these teams easily making the playoffs, so I think this is going to be a great game, but I'm taking the Eagles.
Hey, let's go.
You want to send a new invite?
Oh, yeah. Probably should do that. See you guys in a second.
Penis.
We're back, so let's keep this rolling. Predictions are over now. Quick Jags notes. Actually, predictions aren't completely over. We do have the Jags in a second, but the Jags have signed veteran defensive tackle Corey Peters and offensive lineman James Murray, not from Impractical Jokers, to their practice squad. Does this move the needle at all?
I think Corey Peters is interesting purely for the fact that I think they signed him because our run defense was kind of ass on Sunday. So they probably signed him. He's another big body guy you can throw in the middle to relieve Fatukasi or somebody like that.
I mean, it'll move the needle once they move out of the practice squad to the team.
Right.
I don't even usually care about any practice squad roster moves.
Yeah, it's pretty much irrelevant, but it happens.
I only care a little bit now because they're able to elevate and then, for a certain amount of games and then put back down. So it's interesting to see who they have on there who could possibly be elevated in case of injury throughout the week or someone underperforming or something like that.
And one thing, they didn't even play Arden Key last week.
They didn't?
I saw him play a tiny bit.
I saw him on the side more than I saw him in the game.
Damn.
Yeah, that
was to be fair, we weren't in a lot of third and longs against them. So
true. All right, now time to predict the Jags Colts week 2. So around here, we predict the score, And we do 3 player predictions. We predict Trevor Lawrence every week. Then you predict one of the running backs, your choice. And then your third player prediction is whoever you want it to be. It could be defense, offense. It could be a third string who does nothing for if that's what you choose. But so we're gonna start with we're all gonna start with our just picks. So I'll go last. Sean, you can start.
Jaguars. I'm gonna go 27-21 Jags. So that's my score. Are we gonna do our players afterwards? Okay, so Eric, you go ahead.
Oh man. Matt Ryan, Jonathan Taylor. He's got nobody to throw to really. Tied with the Texans, so
Alec
we should
Pierce is in concussion protocol.
Who is?
Alec Pierce, their wide receiver 2.
I was going to pick the Jags even before that information, but I think we come out here and we score a lot. I'm going to say 30-27 Jags.
Woo.
Okay.
Nail biter.
Of course, they have to do it to us. DeForest
Right.
Buckner also did not practice today. It's only Wednesday, but still noteworthy. Because if DeBuckner does not play, DeForest Buckner, not DeBuckner.
Who said the Buckner? If the Buckner don't play, the Colts don't win.
All right, I'm gonna go Jags. 31, Colts 27. So
Really close to his score.
yeah, you know it
I can't.
happens.
I will never predict us to score 30 until I see us do it in real life.
That is very valid.
We should have last game. That's why I did it. I was like,
Yeah, we should have scored 41 last week.
we're fixing everything and we're scoring 30.
Yes, sir. That is
I'm here for it.
the way we roll. All right, now let's all do our Trevor Lawrence stat line predictions. Eric, you're up first this time.
I'm going to go. Do we need the attempts and completions? Okay. I'm going to say 28 for. No, he's not getting 28 completions. 21 for 40. No, I don't like that. I've never predicted pass completions and y'all throw me off here.
You want me to go? You want me to go first?
Start with yards first. I think he's gonna have. I think your over was like 260.
It was like no, it was like 235.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna have like 250 plus. I think he's gonna throw for 2. I think we're gonna have a lot of rush touchdowns. Hopefully, the defensive one. So 267, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and he gets 25 completions on 42 throws.
Okay.
All right, Sean, you're up.
I got him going 27 of 42 for 265 and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
All right, I'm gonna go 23 of 35 for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown,
Ooh.
and 1 interception.
Okay.
Get that read play in the red zone. No, QB sneak touchdown. Yes.
Yeah, that'll work.
We do that.
All right, so now we're predicting one of the running backs. You could pick ETN or James Robinson. It's your choice. Sean, you go first.
All right, I'm gonna take James Robinson. I'm gonna have him getting 15 carries for 80 yards and 1 touchdown. He's also gonna have 4 catches for 27 yards.
No touchdowns, or did you say touchdowns?
Touchdowns. He has 1 running.
Oh, okay. All right, Eric.
We'll go ETN, see how he rebounds from last week. I think he's going to get I think he's going to have under 10 rushes. I think they go James Robinson heavy this week. He's going to have like 6 to 7 rush attempts. 50 yards and a touchdown on the ground, and 1 receiving touchdown as well.
Woo!
Third down.
All right, before I do this, I need to make sure my math checks out. So I had Trevor having 3 touchdowns, so that's 21. So I have 10 points. So I have 1 touchdown to give here. I'm gonna go ETN. ETN has 8 carries for 51 yards. And I think he's going to catch 4 passes for 31 yards and a touchdown.
It's a good day at the office.
Yes,
I
sir.
see him on game for ETN. Bounce back game.
Yes, sir. He's going to catch all 4 passes, 4 for 4. No drops.
There you go.
All right, now for the final prediction, just pick any player you want, offense, defense, and give their stat line. Sean?
All right, I got Andrew Wingard
I was gonna say
replacing.
you can't do Wingard anymore.
I got Andrew Wingard replacing Rayshawn Jenkins in the third quarter because Rayshawn gets burnt toast by Michael Pittman. And then I got Andrew Wingard having 3 tackles and 1 interception that seals the W.
Now, if he comes off the bench and has a pick, that'd be unbelievable.
It'll be a pick that's thrown right to him though. That's the only way he picks it off.
Hey, I'll take it however I can get it.
All right, Eric, who's yours?
Does it have to be on the Jags?
If you want to predict for the Colts, go ahead.
I want to predict Jonathan Taylor because I think that's who they're gonna feed the ball to all game.
So this is like predicting the run defense.
Yeah. Because they gave Jonathan Taylor the ball 31 times last game. So
For good reason. For a good reason.
he gets another 30 plus carries. Definitely 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oof.
Yeah.
All that money
Dang.
we spent on run defense. Nothing to show for it.
Coming back in the league, good luck stopping him.
I'm gonna go Trayvon Walker. I think Trayvon is gonna have 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack.
Something to keep in mind for this game is that Matt Ryan is a lot more stationary than Carson
Exactly.
Wentz is. So, and their tackles are kind of ass.
Yeah,
They were-
offensive
they were-
line
they
has
were-
been on the
They were
down-
pretty
a
bad last
downtrend.
week. Anyway, their tackles, both of them were pretty bad last week.
Yeah,
So-
Trayvon's.
If Josh Allen can't get nothing going this game, bro, I need some sacks. I need some consistent pressure. Give me
Both
something.
the edges were good last week, in my opinion.
I'd say he was decent. I mean, yeah, he had the forced fumble, but other than that, he really wasn't.
He had a tackle for loss, a forced fumble, and he had that 25% pass rush win rate.
Yeah, but the pass rush run rate didn't really show nothing.
And then Trayvon had the 1 sack, the 1 interception. They both made plays, but they both weren't there the entire time.
I just want Josh Allen to dominate. At this point in his career, he should be dominating. 7th overall pick. Dominate. He's got a good edge rusher opposite now. Dominate. That's all I'm asking.
And I don't like to look ahead, but Matt Ryan this week, you have Herbert and Jalen Hurts. So they're going to have their work cut out for them chasing those guys around.
Yep.
Play Trayvon at QB spy.
Honestly.
Either him or you could put Lloyd at spy.
Muma.
Muma should be playing, in my opinion, over Lloyd because
You need Lloyd to work on his tackling because Curtis Samuel ate him up.
him and Darius Williams.
Yeah, Lloyd had like 11 tackles this week.
Yeah, but most of them were down the field.
Yep. All right, now that we've got all that out of the way, just a couple of viewer questions, which, we never named this segment, but I kind of thought of it. Well, I didn't think of it. I saw it. Every time that I tweet asking for questions, Patrick, he quotes it with Q-Vol. So I'm like, oh.
Q-Ball?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's actually
Okay.
it's not a bad name. So thanks, Patrick. We're
Interesting.
going to call it that from now on. But first question is from Patrick. It's like a 2-part question.
Of course.
Give us your top 3 players to watch during the college football season who will be in the next NFL draft. So
Ooh.
we'll go ahead and answer that one first. I'm gonna say
Let's all give.
Gervon
He's
Dexter.
hold on. He said top 3, right?
yes.
All right, everybody give one.
Gervon Dexter, defensive tackle, Florida.
Why?
Because
Homer, you're such a homer.
it's Sean.
I love Gervon Dexter. He is the silverback gorilla.
Yeah,
on the
that
football
is
field.
his emoji is always the silverback gorilla. So it's like
He's a beast.
anytime he makes a play, I text Sean, I say, cue the emoji. And he
No,
sends a
it-
gorilla emoji.
Yeah, dude, that guy's a monster. But
He's like
yeah.
my defensive tackle 4 right now. The defensive tackle class is crazy, but he's like 6'6", 310 pounds. He's gonna run a sub 4, or sub 5 second 40, not sub 4, sub 5 second 40. He's made plays, so I think you just keep your eye on him.
I'm gonna go Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State,
He's
even
not
though
in the
I
draft
hate.
this year.
I thought he was a redshirt sophomore or something like that.
No, this is his second year.
Okay, well I'm gonna go Jordan Addison from USC, only because we need a receiver. I think another one, and Marvin Jones will probably be gone after this season. Pretty sure.
All right.
Is KJ Jefferson going into the draft?
I mean,
I think he should be.
yeah, I think he's like a senior this year or something like that.
I think Arkansas has slept on this year, so look out for Arkansas quarterback, dual threat guy, Jalen Hurts-esque.
He has a play style. He's like I've always said this. He's like a CVS Cam Newton. Like he has the same play style.
Not everybody can be Cam Newton, man. All right.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you jokingly said AR-15 was Cam Newton after being
No.
you jokingly said it.
Okay, yeah, I jokingly said it only because everybody
Because
was
you would not
crowning
even
this man.
jokingly you wouldn't even jokingly say it before, but then after he played well against Utah, you jokingly said it.
And then he
Then
crashed and
he
burned.
plays Kentucky. I'm gonna be a homer for Eric. I'm gonna go Joey Porter Jr., cornerback out of Penn State with my next one. He was clamps the first 2 weeks. So watch him this week against Auburn.
Okay, I'm gonna go cornerback DJ Turner for the Jaguars. I think we're gonna get him. No, we're gonna get him. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna draft him. I'm picking players that I want us to get next year. He's from Michigan, and I think he's just extremely underrated. I don't think he gets talked about enough. But when the ball goes his way, it's usually incomplete.
And y'all are college football analysts, huh? I don't know college football defenses.
Oh, you can pick anybody, any player you want. Will Anderson, I'll give you an easy one.
I was going to say Will Anderson. Because he made that, didn't he make that game-saving touchdown against Texas? Or he made a very important tackle in the Texas game.
Yeah, I think he made like a tackle for loss.
I remember him getting a lot of
sack.
flags. He got a lot of penalties that game.
Yeah, he kept going across the line, but
Nick Saban's probably got him doing up downs all practice.
he probably has the whole team doing up downs for like hours, especially after they did the horns down.
Right.
He was fuming. All right, number 3. Who should I go with? I'll let Sean have this because I need to think for a second.
I'm gonna go with Will Levis, quarterback.
Oh, you're sickening.
From Kentucky.
You're sick. You're sick.
Definitely gonna be a first round draft pick. Probably, I would say probably top 20.
You're sick.
Good arm, good mobility. I think he'll be a future NFL starter. Definitely.
He went to Penn State, but I thought he fell off a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's talented, but I don't think he's proven enough for me yet.
Sure.
You know what? Just keep watching Anthony Richardson. Do I think he's as good after last week? I need to see him rebound, but like he's intriguing because his talent is crazy. So just watch Anthony Richardson. There, have it.
I mean, we're gonna watch him, but I watched him last week, so.
You know what that makes me angry? He played so good against Utah, and then we play Kentucky, and the Kentucky game was the highest watched game all year. I'm like, why? Why?
I'm gonna say I don't even know if he's going in the draft. But Ohio State running back is
Henderson.
I think he's a sophomore, but yeah, he's crazy good.
All right. The next part of the question is also what was your favorite non-Jags play of NFL's Week 1? Specific play? I
Sheesh.
don't. I mean, some of the throws, like Justin Herbert had that seed right over some defenders. Patrick Mahomes had a similar one to Kelsey that was a seed right over a couple heads.
I can't think of any plays that stood out. I was too busy being demoralized.
Pretty much.
I like Josh Allen's goal line reach. That just
Oh yeah.
I feel like that set the tone for his season because he was hyped that whole game. Like he just wanted to be on that field and beat the Rams' ass. So I think that touchdown where he reached over the pylon or the goal line, I think that set the tone for like the rest of the year, honestly.
Yeah, they're gonna be unstoppable.
All right. So what?
Hey, every play on the Rams.
Say that one more time.
I said he was making every play on the Rams against the Rams.
Yeah, the Bills are going to be unstoppable unless somebody hires Urban Meyer as a consultant.
Facts. Oh my lord. All right. So this next one is Link. He sends his weekly over unders. He gave us the records after last week. I'm 6-2. Sean is 5-3. Trevor Lawrence over under 250 passing yards. I think all of us said over on that.
Yeah, over.
James Robinson 75 rushing yards. I'm going to go over.
Over.
He's getting 100.
Woo.
Facts. Wasn't his breakout game his rookie year against the Titans, or was it?
It was the Colts. I believe he hurdled the guy.
Yeah, it was the Colts because I remember Jags at home.
Yeah, it was game 1.
I still miss Jags at home.
First game.
Yeah, it was first game, and I was like, Leonard Fournette, who?
Facts.
Right.
All right, Matt Ryan, 1.5 turnovers.
I'm gonna say under. I think he has 1 pick, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under as well.
I think he has a pick and a fumble.
Okay, so that's 2.
I'll take it.
Jags, half a missed field goal. Over under.
I don't know how you can half miss a field goal, but
well, it's just is he gonna miss one or not miss one?
I know. I'm gonna say over.
I'm gonna go over. I don't trust the field goal unit.
Only because that miss last week was so bad. Like it was just bad because it was so close.
Jonathan Taylor, 100 yards rushing. I'm gonna go under.
Over.
I have to switch one up. We've all done the same. Well, actually, Eric did go over on the Matt Ryan turnovers, but I'm gonna go under just because.
First one to take.
Yeah, I'm pounding the over on John Taylor, bud.
Kirk, 75 yards receiving.
Over.
Yes, over.
Pittman, 75 receiving yards. Over.
Under.
Over. That's
who else are they throwing to, Sean?
I think our corners match up really well. I think he's gonna be shut down.
I hope so. And then final one, Jags 3 touchdowns. Over.
Over.
I got like 4 or 5.
I think I had him getting 3, so I don't know how to score that one. Push.
30 points. Technically, we could get some field goals, but no, we're getting touchdowns.
Yeah, I had him 31, so I had Trevor Lawrence alone having 3 touchdowns. So
yeah.
Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. It was great having you on, Eric.
Yes, thanks for having me, y'all. I'm looking forward to this game Sunday. Let's get a W.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We need this.
You gonna eat a W like Jameis Winston?
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
Yes, sir. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.